Okay, this is the value scales assignment. This is where we're going to practice the 3 different shading techniques. We're going to be doing blending, cross-hatching, and stippling. We're creating value scales for each one. The first one up at the top is going to be a blending value scale from dark to light, so from black to white. You're going to start with the first box here. Let's label these before we go. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 values from black to white. What we want to do when we use the blending technique is we want to shade with our pencil. We're using the side of the pencil. We're not using the point. We don't want to use the point to shade because then that kind of carves into the paper and then we can't blend it in afterwards, okay? So we're using the side of our pencil, the side of the lead. We're holding our pencil like this. And we are shading. This is the darkest. This is going to be the darkest value, so you want to add a lot of pressure to this one. And keep shading until you get a really dark value. Apply lots of pressure. It's okay if you go outside of the box. We can clean that up later. Okay, this is value number 1. Okay, so there's our darkest value. You can erase around it. Okay, our next value, value number 2, is going to be slightly lighter, a shade lighter. So we're shading the same way using the side of our pencil. Going to be almost black, really dark. This is where we're going to use our blender. We're using the side of the blender, not the point. We're not blending with the point. We want to preserve the point so we can blend into smaller corners and smaller shapes. So we're using the side of the blender to blend in, apply lots of pressure, blend over that. We do this because we want a nice solid value. We don't want to see the pencil strokes. The blender also helps us transition from one value to the next. I think I can go darker here. Sharpen my pencil. Blend that in. First one is the darkest. Okay, now that we have some lead on our pencil on our blender, we can work our way backwards and get number 7. Number 7 is going to be almost white. Be a little lighter. Erasing some of this. Okay. So you can work your way backwards. Since I had some lead already on my blender, I decided to fill in number 7 there. Let's go back to number 3. 3 is going to be lighter than 2, so I'm going to apply a little bit less pressure on this one. Blend it. So you want each value to look different. So now I'm just getting lighter, applying less pressure. I think I can make my number 3 a little darker. 1, now my 5. Then less pressure. I'm going to go ahead and shade in number 6 too. Blend. Okay, right now it looks like my 5 and 6 are very similar. I think I need to go back and make my 4 darker. And my 3 a little bit darker. And even my 2. Okay, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 can go a little darker. My 6 and my 7. Number 8 is going to be white. We leave that one blank. Clean up the edges. So we want a nice transition from black to white. We want a full range. The next technique that we're going to practice here is the cross-hatching technique. This is when you use irregular lengths of parallel lines that cross over each other diagonally. We're going to do 3 sets of these lines. First set is a vertical line. We're going to start on the left. We're going to go from dark to light. And you want your lines to be really close together for the dark part. And then you're going to start releasing pressure and your lines are going to grow further and further apart. We're going to do one more layer diagonally, starting at the top corner. Lines close together. Applying lots of pressure at the beginning. And then releasing pressure. Our lines have to grow further and further apart. Okay, so the closer the lines are together, the darker the value. The more separated they are, the lighter the value. I'm going to do one more layer of diagonal lines. Lots of pressure. Releasing the pressure. Okay. So this is just layers of parallel lines. The more layers, the darker, the closer the lines are together, the darker the value. Okay. The third technique is the stippling technique. We're going to do this with the felt tip pen. It's a method of drawing by using dots or short strokes to create a value in a drawing. Let me zoom into this one. So we're going to go from dark here to light, dark to light. And what you're going to do is you're going to, what you don't want to do is hold your pencil like this and then just tap the pen. Okay, you're not going to get dots, you're going to get some lines. You won't have too much control this way. What you want to do is get your pen really up close to the paper and then slowly get your dots in. The closer your pen is to the paper, the more control you have, so actually you can go a little bit faster this way. Okay, and we want our dots to be closer together up at the top because we want to go from dark to light. When we place our dots next to each other or overlap them, it creates a darker value. And when we spread them out more, it creates a lighter value. We want a nice transition from dark to light, from top to bottom. So I'm still doing my dark section here, my dark value up at the top. As I come down, I'm going to spread out my dots some more. Okay, so from dark to light. We're going to practice cross-hatching in here. We're just going to do one set of diagonal lines going from dark to light, corner to corner. Dark diagonal lines that are very close together. Release the pressure and have your lines grow further and further apart. You want a nice transition from dark to light. Okay, we're going to practice blending down here from dark to light. You're going to hold your pencil like this and shade. Down at the bottom, we want a nice transition from dark to light, so I'm going to apply lots of pressure here, and then I'm slowly going to let go of the pressure. Release the pressure. Want to get lighter and lighter. Go. We're going to use the blender to blend that in. The blender helps with the transition of one value to the next as well. Erase the edges. Last box here, we're going to practice stippling again. We're going to go from dark to light, corner to corner. The closer my dots are together, the closer they are, the darker the value. The further apart, the lighter. So I want it really dark in this corner here. Want to keep the pen close to the paper so you have more control. Okay, and that's it for the value scales handout. We're practicing the 3 shading techniques.